welcome. Thank you for clicking on this video. Thank you for practicing with me today. This is yoga for quarantine depression. We're going to begin in an extended child's pose. Big toes together, knees wide. You don't need anything fancy, just a little bit of time, which right now in quarantine, a lot of us have an endless amount of time, which might be one of the triggers for why we're feeling so down. So we're going to work today to feel a little more grounded, a little more connected, and stretch out the body so that our mind can find some peace and some calm. When you find your extended child's pose, reach the arms forward, let the forehead melt down onto the ground. And take a couple of breaths here, in and out. When we're feeling a little more down, when we're feeling depressed, it's really important to focus on the inhales. Letting the breath fill up the body. With each exhale, sink the hips back a little bit heavier, reach the arms forward. Maybe offer yourself a gentle forehead massage, gentle rock of the forehead from side to side. And we're going to set the intention of acceptance. And it's okay to feel this way. It's okay if you're feeling really blue. It's okay if it's hard for you to move. You're here, you're doing this video. Even if you just spend 2 minutes breathing with me, that's great. Accept where you're at. I accept is your mantra today. Slowly guide the fingertips over towards the left, stretching through the right side body. A few more breaths, breathing space into that right rib cage. And slowly walk hands back through center. Stay for an inhale and an exhale. Walk fingers over towards your right, heavy in the left hip. A couple full breaths into the left rib cage. And back through center. Full breath in. And breath out. Bring the gaze forward and slide all the way down onto your belly. Feeling the pelvis ground down, tops of the feet press down into the earth. We're going to take it into just a baby cobra. Enough to open the heart as you inhale. Floating ribs stay connected. Little to no weight in the hands. The neck is long. Feeling engagement through the low back. And exhale, release. Tabletop position. Knees underneath the hips, hands underneath the shoulders. Find a bit of organic movement. Rocking from side to side or front to back. Maybe rolling through the neck. If you've been in a really bad bout of depression, this might be the most movement that you've done in a while. So just feel free to navigate what your body needs right now. Nothing fancy. Now we'll sync up breath to movement with cat-cows. Inhale, lift tailbone, drop belly button, lift gaze. Exhale, round tailbone down, belly button reaches towards spine, chin to chest. Twice more, inhale. Heart comes through the biceps. Exhale, round, lift your upper back towards the sky. Last one, inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. Good. Come back through to that tabletop position. You're going to gently step the right foot in between the hands. It's okay if you need to wiggle your toes to get there. Again, a little organic movement here, letting the hips naturally wake up. And we're staying nice and low to the ground today. Next time that the knee is stacked over the ankle, stay there. And slide the heart space open towards the front of your mat or the front of your space, as much as feels natural. Sometimes heart openers can feel a little too intense when we're feeling really emotional. So we're going to focus on opening up through the hips, which can also create an emotional release, but it may not be as as jarring as a big heart opener class. And then slowly send yourself back, tabletop position. Coming into one of two downward dogs. You're welcome to skip the downward dog and come into an extended child's pose. Otherwise, curl the toes underneath, send the hips up. Press the chest towards the thighs. Stretching out through the backs of the legs. And lower back down. Nice and gentle. Be gentle with yourself as you move. Be gentle with yourself as you feel. Guide the left foot between the hands. Same thing, same love and attention on this side. Gentle seesaw motion from front to back. And next time the left knee is over the left ankle, let it stay there. Big opening in the hips. Roll the shoulders up towards the ears and then down the back, up on the fingertips. And just notice if there's a lot of tension coursing through the body, and see if you can focus on creating a little more space with each inhale. Sometimes when we're feeling really depressed, it's all we can do to just breathe, to keep our eyes open. So the fact that you're even moving and stretching is a really amazing thing. Mad props. Send the hips slightly back so that you can guide the left leg back. Final downward dog. And take whatever movement or stillness feels good for you. It's a really good posture to bring some length back to the body. And slowly lower the knees down. We're going to make our way onto a seat so you can cross at the ankles and come through onto the sits bones. I'm going to turn to face you, but you don't have to do that. Good. So one leg is in front of the other. And opening up through the hips. So first we're going to inhale, sit up tall. And as you exhale, press your heart space forward. And then lean back into those sits bones. So make sure they're not popping up. You might begin to feel a stretch in the outer hip of whatever leg is in front. And then continue the journey down. Bringing hands out in front. Enjoying that soft opening in the hips. And you can release the neck by dropping chin to chest. Maybe a gentle sway. No dramatic movements here. Just reconnecting with your body. And back up. Good. From here, switch. Opposite foot in front. It's probably the one that feels less natural because it's the one you didn't automatically go to. Inhale, sit up tall first. Exhale, lean forward, extra weight into the sits bones. And then slowly come on down. Feeling that stretch in the outer hip of whatever leg's in front. If you're clenching in the jaw, see if you can release that. And work your way up. And last pose before we lay down. Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together. Knees nice and wide. Good option to wrap fingers around the toes. Sometimes I find that really soothing. You also have an option to give yourself a quick little foot massage in the soles of the feet if that feels good. Otherwise, if you're ready for stillness, sit up tall once more. Bring chest forward and then round through the spine. Let everything melt down, everything be heavy. There's no need to go really far into the stretch. Just enough to feel some sensation, to feel something. Again, we focus on the inhalations in through the nose. And slow back out the nose. And twice more. Inhale. And exhale. And once more on your own. Next inhale, rise back up. Close the knees with the hands. And come all the way down onto your back. Soles of the feet stay onto the mat. Knees are pointing upwards. Just let the entirety of the spine decompress into the ground. Feel that support. And then let the knees drop over to the side of your choice, eliminating any of the need to question which side is right or left. Just go where it naturally feels good. And then do the same with the arms, maybe them up into a T or all the way back. Cactus, whatever feels good. Just taking this supine twist in a really organic way. Bring knees back through center. And exhale over to the other side. Same thing, just a gentle, natural twist of the spine. Eyes open or closed. If they're open, try to find a soft gaze, so eliminate that furrowed brow, that concentration, and just exist. Sometimes that's all we can do, is just exist. Knees come back up. Final posture before we take a really quick Shavasana. Happy baby pose. So as the pose name suggests, we're trying to find that sense of joy, even when we don't feel very joyful. It's like a little happy baby. So bringing knees down to the outsides of the rib cage, grabbing wherever you can, if that's just the backs of the thighs or onto the shins, or maybe all the way up to the outer edges or inner edges of the feet. Just encouraging the knees down, feeling that final hip stretch. And invite a little bit of joy in, as much as you can muster. Maybe it's a lot, maybe it's a little rock of side to side on the spine, maybe straightening through the legs. Maybe you ditch the pose altogether and just find something that feels good. There are very few rules when it comes to how you move your body. As long as you are doing it safely and in a way that brings you relief and joy, then you're okay. Final moments. When you're ready, you'll bring the knees completely onto the chest. Here's the hardest part, a little bit of self-acceptance, wrapping the arms around the shins, drawing the forehead up towards the knees, knowing that everything is temporary. The way that you're feeling right now is temporary. That sense of joy, that happiness, it's gonna come and go, but that means the same for the sense of sadness, of loneliness. Just temporary. But your connection to your body and your breath is ongoing. And that's pretty awesome. And then we'll release. Legs come down, arms come down. You're welcome to keep the eyes softly open or begin to close them. We're just going to take 5 breaths here. Focusing on a full inhale, soft belly. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Once more with guidance, inhaling through the nose. I accept. Back out the nose. And take a few more on your own. Being exactly as you are in this moment. No need to change a thing. And you're welcome to stay in the Shavasana. Begin to move the hands and the feet. Maybe even taking a full body stretch. And rolling on to the side of your choice. This is actually one of my personal favorite poses, a little fetal pose, that space between the end of practice and Shavasana. Checking in without judgment. How do you feel? And then accept. It is. But it won't always be. And slowly push yourself up to a seat. We'll lift arms up overhead, gathering whatever good energy was cultivated in these few minutes of practice, bringing them down to your heart space. Bowing the head towards the heart, that mind intelligence to the heart and body intelligence. Sometimes they get really disconnected. And that's where yoga is a really handy tool to try to reconnect. Thanking yourself for taking this time, for moving through your feelings. Know that they are valid. And you've got this. We've got this. We'll take one final breath. And as we exhale, we say, Namaste.